Hi, I'm Laura.
I'm Tatia.
I'm Julia.
I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Rick, and together we are Group 1, and today we'll be discussing the Ikea case with you. Thank you.
Hi, it's Julia. Today I'm going to talk about the IKEA's marketing mix. Basically, the marketing mix includes the four elements: price, product, placement, and promotion. Firstly, I will talk about the price. The IKEA use the cost leadership strategy. Price are 30% lower than competing products. Lower price are achieved through economies of scale, low cost of logistics. The second one is product. Firstly, quality products for 30% less. Contemporary design, like for the IKEA's products, they are all like unique, ready to assemble lockdown feature kits. So more young people and like young couple are the major customers. These kits could be snacked conventionally on racks. The last one is same furniture is sold by all around the world of huge EOS. The third element is placement. The IKEA store are located in suburban areas because it's a warehouse and inventory. It's a warehouse, so it needs more big space to store the inventory and afford the various products to the customer. Another one is ample parking space. The last one is promotion. Basically, there are five approach for the promotion: free catalog, online TV advertisement, word of mouth, and advertising campaign. Now, Sabrina will be talking about the IKEA SWOT analysis.
Hello, my name is Sabrina, and today I will be discussing the SWOT analysis. One of IKEA's strengths is that it has a global sourcing network of more than 2,300 suppliers in 67 countries. It also offers competitive pricing, 30% lower prices, and it has brand recognition, low-cost operation through economies of scale, standardized offerings, constant design innovation, and 45% of its furniture is locally produced. Also, the company does have its weaknesses. It's privately owned, so it's difficult to raise capital through investors. Also, when it first entered the market, it had no experience selling in the United States. This lack of experience also caused the company to not advertise efficiently for the U.S. market. And it also didn't consider the U.S. furniture standards. For example, it kept the same size bed sizes sold in the European market, but U.S. furniture standards are different. And finally, its managerial style. IKEA managerial style allowed employees to set their own rules. However, in the U.S., Also, the company does have its weaknesses. For example, it is privately owned, so it's unable to raise capital through investors. Also, when it first entered the market, it didn't have any experience selling in the United States. This lack of experience caused the company to not advertise properly for the U.S. market. And it also did not consider the U.S. furniture sizing needs and kept the same sizes sold in European markets. Also, its managerial style was not compatible to the way the U.S. market was used to. It failed to give specific instructions to employees that U.S. employees were used to. However, there are opportunities offered at the company. For example, it can expand to more U.S. cities. For now, its offerings is very limited in the U.S. market. Also, it can appeal to the budget shopper. Budget shopper marketing segments include college students, newlyweds, and new homeowners. And it can also produce 100% of their furniture locally because it has the resources to do so. It can also attract consumers by advertising its unique in-store experiences, such as the company offers restaurant and food court, and it offers a supervised play area and ballroom so parents can enjoy the shopping experience. There are also threats from other competitors, familiar furniture stores in the U.S. market, the rising costs of raw materials annually, rising fuel costs for distribution and transportation, and negative perception of low prices and the quality of the product. Next, Tatia will identify the problem and strategic issues concerning IKEA.
Hi, I'm Tatia and I'll be talking about the identification of the problem and strategic issues. Identification of the problem. IKEA's main problem is that they need a stable supply chain to keep IKEA stores adequately stocked with a quality product. To rely on importing majority of their products from overseas to the US is costly for IKEA, and it will also affect their profit margins. IKEA's strategic issues that they need to do is, first, they need to obtain local US supplier. They also need to meet customer wants and adapt to the US American styles. They also need to adapt marketing strategy to the US market. IKEA needs to find out which marketing methods works best and also change their furniture design to fit American market. Next, Laura is going to talk about strategic alternatives.
Hi, I'm Laura, and I'll be discussing the strategic alternatives of the case. Based on the findings of the case, one alternative IKEA can pursue is to diversify into manufacturing. Some advantages to this option would be to eliminate dependency on suppliers. IKEA would have greater control over quality and timeliness of distribution, and overall costs would be reduced. Some disadvantages would be that it would cost a significant amount of money, and the company lacks experience in the furniture manufacturing industry, which can pose a financial risk on IKEA. Another alternative would be to create a centrally located inventory distribution center to supply the United States stores. Advantages for this would be that IKEA would products will be in stock and readily available. IKEA would also maintain its inventory. This would also enable IKEA to maintain its inventory and minimize the supply chain problem. So IKEA stores would get their products quicker without a middleman. The disadvantages to this alternative would be that the additional costs required, and it would increase the prices that consumers pay for finished goods. The third alternative would be that IKEA develop a relationship marketing strategy by entering into contractual vertical marketing agreements with suppliers and distributors. Advantages for this would include that both parties involved would have a vested interest in producing and providing a continuous supply of quality products to IKEA stores. These relationships would keep costs down through economies of scale. Additionally, the consistency of quality will improve the IKEA brand in the eyes of consumers. Disadvantages include difficulties in finding suppliers willing to enter into long-term exclusive agreements with IKEA. IKEA would have to guarantee a minimum order per month in order for suppliers and distributors to agree to the terms. Next, Rick will discuss the decision and implementation plan.
Hi, my name's Rick, and I will be discussing the strategic decision, rationale, and implementation plan. IKEA's strategic decision should be to develop a relationship marketing strategy by entering into contractual vertical marketing agreements with suppliers and distributors. By entering into these agreements, Ikea is guaranteed a consistent supply of quality products at a given price. The suppliers and distributors would be assured a minimum amount of business each month, and they would have a vested interest in seeing that Ikea was adequately stocked with quality products. Ikea's implementation plan would be to conduct market research to determine the best cities to place their products. Ikea would then conduct a search for suppliers and distributors with good reputations that are close to these cities as possible and enter into agreements with them to provide Ikea's products. This would enable Ikea to keep the quality of their products consistent and production costs low, which they can then pass along to consumers in the form of lower prices. Promotion would continue to rely on word of mouth and catalogs, but unlike in Europe, would include some television and print ads to reinforce the word-of-mouth advertising. This is Group 1's presentation on IKEA. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed our presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.